I remember being in a toxic relationship, and I was in this relationship prior to me investing in my relationship with God, and there was a lot that I put up with simply because I did not know my own value. When I started to take my relationship with God seriously, when I started to take healing seriously, I started to change what I was willing to accept. And that caused more conflict. It was like it's not like it was like I was definitely in a lot of spiritual warfare. So if you are having a lot of conflict in your relationship, and you know in your heart of hearts that you are doing your best to heal, you are doing your best to grow in your relationship with God, but it doesn't seem to be getting better, that may be a sign that your relationship is out of alignment with God's will for your life. And don't force it. Don't force it, because forcing it only makes things worse. You are not called to be abused. You are not called to be mistreated. And you are not called to be devalued. So, separate if necessary before things get worse. It's better to separate than to endure all of the abuse, than to endure pain and hurt and trauma that is unnecessary, right? So I want to encourage you to leave any situation that is detrimental to your well-being, to your spiritual walk, to your mental health, and to your emotional health. And don't get me wrong, I know leaving is not always easy. It's not always simple as just, getting up and leaving. There are a lot of things that you have to consider, things that you have to put in place, safety planning, right? But I promise you, if you want to get out, there is a way out. There are resources, there is help, right? There are, if you're in a physically abusive situation, there's the Domestic Violence Hotline that you can call, and I will, put the number, beneath this video as well. I'm saying this to say you're never stuck. It's not going to be easy, but you will be able to look back on it and be so grateful that you did the hard thing to protect yourself. And not only to protect yourself, but to protect your purpose, to protect your children if you have children, to, protect your destiny, because God has called you for a reason. God has created you for a reason. And you being linked up with someone that is a destiny destroyer is not going to be helpful for you. So there are ways that you can get out of toxic relationships and situationships, right? If you relate to this in any way and you need any support, feel free to send me a DM. You can book a private one-on-one coaching or counseling session with me. I am a relational trauma recovery coach, and I work with women, I work with men as well, on recovering and healing from these toxic situations. I also have a masterclass coming up. If you are finding yourself, maybe you just ended a toxic relationship, but you find it hard to move forward. You have a lot of emotional pain, baggage that you are carrying, and you just need some support and some guidance. Feel free to join me. It's going to be on January the 24th. I will be hosting the masterclass at 4:00 p.m. So just click the link in my bio or send me a DM, because you don't have to do this alone.